everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Spectre
Spectre
Spiel.
Spiel.
Two girls.
And scary stories.
My name is Ria,
And my name is Ashita.
and today we are going to share a rather common story about Blue Baby. So let's get on with today's episode.
Shh.
Do you know about the game Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess almost everybody knows. But do you know the game Baby Blue?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's somewhat similar to Bloody Mary. So, how it's played is you have to go to the bathroom and turn off the lights and lock the door. And then you have to stare into the mirror and hold out your hands, like hold out your arms, like you are rocking a baby in your arms, and repeat the words baby blue, blue baby. You have to repeat this 13 times without making a mistake. So, if you do it right, you will suddenly feel the weight of an invisible baby in your arms, and the baby will get heavier and heavier as it grows larger and larger, and you will feel it scratching your arms. So, before it gets too heavy, you have to quickly take the invisible baby and flush it down the toilet and run out of the bathroom. So, if you don't do it fast enough, a hideous woman will appear in the mirror and she will yell, "Give me back my baby!" and scream loud enough to break the glass, the mirror. And if you're still holding the baby, she will kill you.
Okay. Somewhat like Bloody Mary.
Somewhat like Bloody Mary, yes. So there is a story I found online. It's about a girl named Laura, and she and a group of girls had found out about this story and decided to try it out, and they believed that it won't work, like it's just a stupid game or something. So the friends sent Laura inside her bathroom, and they locked it, and Laura turned off the lights and closed, like the door was closed, and she put her arms in like in the rocking position and started chanting the phrase "blue baby, baby blue." So after she was chanting it when she completed chanting it for 13 times, all of a sudden a baby appeared in her arms. Like she felt a baby was there in her arms, and the baby was scratching her arms. So Laura was scared at this point, but she had no idea what to do. So she wanted to drop it and run, but she was afraid of what might happen. So she just stood there holding the invisible baby as it grew heavier and heavier and heavier. Suddenly, she got sight of something horrible in the bathroom mirror, and she screamed in terror. So when Laura's friends who were standing outside the bathroom, they heard her screaming. They tried to open the door, but it was locked. So they managed to run to a friend's house and get help. And when they broke open the door, they found Laura lying dead on the bathroom floor. Her eyes had been scratched out, and they couldn't move her body because it felt like something large and invisible was pinning her to the ground.
Okay.
So, do you want to know the actual urban legend behind the blue baby?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Okay. So, there was once a baby whose eyes were the brightest blue color that anybody had ever seen. And after he was born, he soon got the nickname Baby Blue. And whenever a person came around him, they just couldn't help it to come over and rock him in their arms so that they could just gaze into his bright blue eyes. And the baby blue's mother did not want children.
Okay.
Yeah. So what she liked best was to sit in front of the giant mirror in her bedroom and to spend hours on her hair and makeup so that she could just look perfect. Like every evening, she would go out and have dinner with her friends at the latest 20 restaurant. And she knew if she didn't dress in the latest fashion, that her friends would be talking behind her back the next day. Or worse, like she had the scare that they would never invite her to go out with them again. So the problem was every day, without fail, when she sat down in front of her mirror, Baby Blue would start to cry. So she tried placing a cover over her crib, putting him on the other side of the house, and even flat out ignoring him. But he would always cry until she came and picked him up and tried to calm him down. So it was like, even though the mother didn't like him much, but Baby Blue loved her dearly and didn't feel happy unless he was in her arms. But it was this very love that eventually led to his death. So people had been whispering about this lady, I mean, the Baby Blue's mother, and she knew it was about her because whenever she got close, they would suddenly go quiet and put on a big fake smiles. So there was no doubt that she had like fallen behind, and she had uh, not only in her she was fallen behind not only in her hair and makeup, but also she hadn't the time to go shopping for clothes like she used to. Like she used to be in trend, but she was not getting time now as she had a baby. So she knew her time was running out, and that this dinner, like the coming Saturday night dinner, might be the last time she was ever invited if she didn't show them the last few weeks were simply a fluke. So she skipped having lunch that day and went straight to do her makeup. But almost immediately, Baby Blue started to scream for her to hold him. It put so much pressure on her that her hand shook as she tried to do her eyeliner.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how frustrating it is,
Yeah.
right? When you don't get those wings right. So hours went by, and she looked at herself in the mirror, and she knew that the way she looked would not pass the test. She would be a laughing stock. And all the while, Baby Blue had been crying in the background. In a fit of rage, she threw her expensive perfume bottle towards her image, like towards her own reflection in the mirror, and the mirror shattered. And this only served to make things worse, as now she didn't have a proper mirror to finish getting ready with. And in the background, she could hear Baby Blue crying harder and harder after hearing such a scary noise of the mirror shattering. And something snapped in her at that moment, and she grabbed one of the big shard of glass from her mirror and threw it towards the baby. And soon the Baby Blue had stopped crying.
Oh my god.
And then she sat on the floor for a long time, and it was now way past the dinner date that she was supposed to go to. And then she thought to herself, it's time to put Baby Blue to bed now.
Okay.
And she was sleepily thinking this, and she walked over to his crib. But when she got there, she saw his lifeless body lying there with a shard of glass on the pillow. His empty eyes stared up at the ceiling, and perhaps for the first time ever, she saw how beautiful the blue in his eyes were. Desperately, she tried to rock him in her arms to wake him up, but it was now too late. Soon, in madness, she picked up the shard of glass from the crib and took her own life in hopes that doing this would reunite her with her beloved son. But it didn't work, and this is where the Blue Baby game comes in.
Oh my god, that was so sad.
I know. Will you try the game Blue Baby ever? Will you ever try it?
I won't try it, but yeah, I'll be curious.
You'll be curious.
Yeah.
I would never dare to try. I like reading ghost stories or urban legends and everything, but I would never dare to try.
Yeah, I means there'll be a curiosity inside me, like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I?
Okay. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
And we hope to bring more episodes soon.
Till then, bye
Bye
bye.
bye.